I'm Kate.
And I'm Jerry.
And we've just presented a week-long music and art series, Screaming Goat.
Produced and directed by TV students of the National Film and Television School.
Here are the best bits.
Enjoy!
Welcome to the very first episode of Screaming Goat, coming to you live from the National Film and Television School in Beaconsfield.
This week, along with students of the NFTS TV department, we will bring you music, reviews, interviews and demonstrations.
We want to bring you affordable, accessible and active arts.
From books to films to exhibitions, we'll let you know what's new.
We'll also look at new technology and apps,
as well as travelling the UK in our daily Goat getaway.
Joy, oh joy, the King of Kings will keep fighting till the end for a time that we've been told to keep since our life begins. We are brothers, you and I, will keep standing side by side. We are warriors, warriors are not afraid to die. We are warriors, warriors are not afraid to die. We are warriors, warriors are not afraid to die. Of me like an asteroid that's racing through the sky. Shh. I still think of you like a hurricane hurling around my mind. They say to give him time like a criminal that plans this next attack. I know I've been off the road, but I promise I'll be back. Your heart is ticking like a clock,
so I'll watch out for you.
Your tears are diamonds in the rough
that is shining through.
Oh, it's been hard for me, but only God knows how it's been for you.
Twice as sorry now, there is nothing else that I can do.
And you'll remember me as a man who kept his songs locked in a jar. And I remember you as the ones who tried to supernova star. When our dreams unite, I promise you I'll join you on the road. I said I tried the sky, but I'm telling you that this is all I've known. I've known. Your heart is ticking like a clock,
so I'll watch out for you.
Your tears are diamonds in the rough
that is shining through.
Oh, it's been hard for me, but only God knows how it's been for you.
Twice as sorry now, there is nothing else that I can do.
Joy, oh joy, the King of Kings will keep fighting till the end for a time that we've been told to keep since our life begins. We are brothers, you and I, we'll keep standing side by side. We are warriors, warriors are not afraid to die. Your heart is ticking like a clock,
so I'll watch out for you.
Your tears are diamonds in the rough
that is shining through.
It's been hard for me, but only God knows how it's been for you.
Twice as sorry now, there is nothing else that I can do.
Joy, oh joy, the King of Kings will keep fighting till the end for a time that we've been told to keep since our life begins. We are brothers, you and I, we'll keep standing side by side. We are warriors, warriors are not afraid to die. Joy, oh joy, the King of Kings will keep fighting till the end for a time that we've been told to keep since our life begins. We are brothers, you and I, we'll keep standing side by side. We are warriors, warriors are not afraid to die. We are warriors, warriors are not afraid to die. We are warriors, warriors are not afraid to die. For we are warriors, warriors are not afraid to die.
Every day, Joanna tries out a different app. Here's today's Instructables, which is free to download from the App Store and on Android.
It's basically a load of how-to guides, from recipes to building weird tech devices like LED costumes for your baby. That's actually on there.
Today's app is Instructables, a free mobile phone app which you can download to view and upload instructions for creative solutions in your everyday life. Uploaded on Instructables are some of people's absolutely bonkers personal projects. For example, a replica Iron Throne that took someone 3 weeks to build. There are also amazing life hacks, like you can make a solar-powered charger for your phone. How brilliant is that? But don't worry, there are also less ambitious projects on Instructables, like yummy recipes and really simple top DIY tips. You'll also never ever be stuck for costume ideas. There's loads of inspiration for any occasion and celebration for you and for your dog. Okay, so let's give it a go. There's an entire section devoted to duct tape. You'll find guides for everything, from crazy kites to delicious cakes to a digital camera costume that actually works. All of the guides on Instructables are uploaded by the users. Some are really simple and really easy to follow, and others not so much. And there we go, I think.
Our first guest, Hanifa McQueen Hudson, was the UK's first female breakdancer.
Hanifa has now found a new way to bring her dance moves to the world and leave her mark, this time on canvas.
Right.
So Hanifa, you're known as Art Breaker, and
am.
you create these amazing paintings.
Yes, I do, yeah. All through the skill of breakdancing, which is b-boying, which is the original name, b-boying.
You're going to do a whole work of art today,
Yeah,
aren't you?
I am.
So go for it. So Hanifa,
Right.
this is really, really interesting now.
Yeah.
Very,
B-boy
very
moves.
unique.
Top rocks is a spin moves, which is a lot of the spins. You see some of trainer footprints around the area. And this is abstract art. This is b-boying expression of your moves. And I think I've got a name for it. Scream as you like.
Scream as you like. Every day on Scream and Go, we will be highlighting the achievement of a particular young person.
Someone inspirational who's doing something unique.
Someone who deserves a mention and for everyone to take notice.
The first ever Bill Gates Award for achievement in the field of entrepreneurial excellence goes to Luca Maria Piccolo, an Italian fashion filmmaker. Having studied at the London College of Fashion, earning a master's in fashion photography, Luca has recently returned to his native Italy, where he is now the director of visual arts for Rough Italia magazine.
And here's the man himself.
I just want to say it's such an honor for me to receive this award. I would like to thank National Film Television School and Screaming Goat. I'm a big fan, guys. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Why are the Science Gallery putting on photography exhibitions?
It's a collaboration between the National Media Museum in Bradford and the Science Museum, and they're taking photos from the National Photographic Archive, and they're having these sort of big exhibitions, and the first is only in England. The exhibition only in England are photographs by Tony Ray Jones and Martin Parr. Tony Ray Jones is a British photographer who went to study in Yale in America and sort of came back and was sort of really caught up in the idea of British cultural identity. And so he became obsessed with this idea of Englishness and what it is, and he sort of wanted to capture it before it disappeared. He had a very short-lived career because unfortunately he died at the age of 30. And so that was just before people really began to recognise him as a photographer. And this is actually his first major exhibition in London. He's just never had one because he's never had the exposure. And so the first room is dedicated purely sort of to him and his work. The second room moves on to Martin Parr's work. He was also a British photographer. He went to Manchester Polytechnic, and he really, really loved Ray Jones's work, and you can really see the sort of inspiration. And he has a very sort of like specific style. All of his photographs have a sort of flair. They're sort of very dramatic. He sort of loves light and sort of fog and mist, and they're sort of instantly captivating photographs. Right. The last part of the exhibition is a sort of combination of the two. So Parr has gone into the sort of archives of Ray Jones's work and taken the negatives and found his favourite photographs and developed them for the third part of the exhibition. And a sort of third photographer is born.
Which part was your favourite?
The first part.
The first part.
Yeah, I was captivated. I highly recommend it. It's really, really interesting.
Brilliant.
And the photographs are excellent. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you very much,
Thank
Joanna.
you.
Today's app, made by Metro Trains, is an incredibly popular game called Dumb Ways to Die.
Eat medicine that's out of date. Use your private parts as piranha bait. Dumb ways to die.
Dumb Ways to Die, the super cute and ultra violent game for your phone. Dumb Ways to Die started in 2012 in Melbourne, Australia as a public service announcement to promote rail safety. Within 24 hours, the adorably morbid music video had spread like wildfire across social media. The aim of the game is to save the lives of the idiotic animations who constantly put themselves in fatal danger in the most foolish ways. Playing the game is all about quick reflexes. As you progress through the game, it gets faster and harder. It's really silly, super fun, and highly addictive. I love it. I've been singing the theme tune all week, and I especially love the little green guy who dresses up as a moose in hunting season. How dumb is that? Dumb Ways to Die. A sweet, silly game with the blackest sense of humour and a really important message.
Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So many dumb ways to die.
So let's begin with, how did you start your Spice Girls collection?
Well, I was 11 years old when they came out with Wannabe in '96, and I think I was quite an impressionable age then. I was just hooked straight away. I remember listening to Wannabe on the UK Top 40, and they introduced themselves, and I just thought, wow, you know, so much energy and girl power.
So did you actually start collecting straight away?
Not straight away. I mean, I had the album for Christmas, as I think you probably did as well.
Of course.
And most young girls.
You went to
our
see
age.
them?
Went to see them in concert, so I've still got the ticket stubs. But it wasn't until their second album came out that I started backtracking and buying all the singles. And it was from then that I thought, yeah, I'm a collector.
So tell me how you first got involved in installation art.
Both my parents are artists, so I've always been interested in it. You know, I went to art school, went to Glasgow School of Art, so it was just a natural thing for me to progress to finally becoming an artist. That's called Yellow Chamber, so it's a small, tiny slit in a wall.
And you look through it?
Press your face up against it, and beyond that crack, there's a mirrored cube with purely coloured yellow objects on the bottom and lit from above.
Wow.
And it just looks like it's never ending.
So you love colours. Like, tell us why, like, you love rainbows and...
Well, who doesn't love a rainbow?
that's true.
Everyone loves
Everyone
rainbows.
loves rainbows.
I think that it's a feel-good factor. From a very young age, I was interested in them. And I think that's probably why I like the Spice Girls as well, because they were really colourful, kitsch,
Yeah.
you know. And look, I mean, look at that. It's an array of colour.
apart from rainbows and things, is there anything else that your artwork is based on?
It's based upon being totally immersed in colourful light. I mean, I've got seasonal affective disorder, so in the winter I get quite low. So basically, I'm making my own light boxes. So I hate the word art therapy, and I don't even know why I said that, but it's a way to make me feel better, I would say.
In 2006, a Heritage Lottery Fund grant was given to Stokescroft to revamp the area. In the last 6 years, Stokescroft has become a centre for independent culture. This is mainly due to a community push by activists and artists. Chris Chalkley is one of the people who decided to turn his neighbourhood around using graffiti art. Chris is the founder and chairman of the People's Republic of Stokescroft, a group that aims to improve the area through art and culture.
For me in particular, and for PRC in particular, it started when we decided to paint a fence just nearby here. And as we were painting it, people kept coming up and saying, "Are you allowed to do that?" And I said, "Well, I should bloody well think so. It's our fence." It was a sort of very short step to thinking, let's actually use the skills of the local community to improve the area.
And there certainly is a lot to see and do here. Landmarks such as Banksy's The Mild Mild West and the recently commissioned Breakdancing Jesus are placed alongside 19th century Byzantine buildings and a China crafting workshop. There is also scores of businesses, restaurants and shops, all operated and owned by local people in the community. Paco is a restaurant owned by Jen Best, Tom Hunt and Ben Pryor. They won Best Ethical Restaurant in the Observer Food Monthly Awards 2013. They source all their ingredients within 50 miles of Stokescroft. So why is it so important that you only source local and seasonal food?
I think it's important to do it everywhere, but Bristol in particular has got this abundance of incredible produce very all around the city centre, so it's incredibly easy to support the local economy, so there's no reason why you shouldn't.
Yeah. Your business is in Stokescroft. Why does that make it so good for your business being in this area?
It's just an incredible stretch of independent businesses, and everyone has a really strong consciousness of their actions. I think it makes a difference that they're all independent, so it's not like big chains who are like minds on the profit or something.
And the food is great too. In British tapas style, the food only costs between £3 and £5 and designed for sharing. So, if you want to step outside of a gallery and go somewhere more socially challenging and positively engaging, then Stokescroft is definitely worth a visit.
Bit about your current collection and the inspiration behind it.
Yep, my current collection is 26 outfits, which is quite a large range, and I've got stage pieces for music artists, as well as commercial pieces for the public. It's streetwear, it's really pop-tastic, I like to call it.
How did it all start?
How did it all start? This range? Or
Yeah.
This range, okay, it was inspired by the London riots. I always get inspired by things that are happening in the world, issues that affect my heart, and that was something that really resonated in my mind for quite a while. So it inspired me with the design a little bit, and I also wanted to spread a little bit of an anti-violence message to London's youth. I've got a few pieces here, if you'd like to have a look.
Yeah, definitely. Wow.
This is one piece in the range. It's a sporty, colourful pop crop top.
Lovely.
And I've got matching trousers to go with it. I've kept this range really quirky, really fun.
Now, 50% Middlesbrough and 50% Manchester. Here's Sheffield-based Algiers.
There's a brilliant old beast in my washroom, all monstrous in yellow and black, preaching with the tips of his transparent wings, claiming I should have you back. Because I never knew the comfort you offered, as I embraced all those borders in Rome, while his wings they'd erase with such cosmic speed and haste, which thinking I'd be better alone. Because we've lain without the heating, we have smiled without a word, we settled into madness now that we've processed all we've heard. So call the law, call the judge, call the jury, call for ambush, call for several attacks. Make a scene with your voice, merging dialogues of noise. Wind as a breeze so swift, because I never knew so little was offered, when nearly wide waves moving forward with pairs, and while the sea scatters foam off a sailor circuits home, it's so certain till it finally breaks. How did your voice without a twinkle? How did your eyes without a sound? How did your marble coated sadness send tremors through the ground? So mother, are you waiting? Or mother, are you done? Mother, are you fleeing? Or mother, should I run? And mother, is it sadness? Mother, am I good? Mother, am I truthful? Would I be if I could? There's a brilliant old beast in my washroom.
Is your Facebook newsfeed overrun by goofy comic strips? Well, welcome to the new phenomenon that is Bitstrips. Bitstrips is an app that allows you to make avatars versions of yourself and your friends on Facebook and put them in pre-made comic book strips. Some of them reflect real-life situations and some of them are plain ridiculous. Creating the avatars can be a long and tedious process depending on the level of detail you want to go to, with options to customise coming under 12 main categories such as hairstyle, body shape and dress sense, and each of those having between 2 and 7 additional subcategories. The comic strip situations themselves are a bit restrictive and, to be honest, they're not that good. But the magic of Bitstrip lies in the customisation of the comic strip wording and the facial expressions that you use with your avatar. Having already been downloaded by over 11 million users, Bitstrips may well be at the point of saturation. It's nearly impossible to get through a day without being bombarded by them, even if just one of your friends is a fan. It's quite surprising actually just how many people are using Bitstrips. It's restrictive and a bit lame. And several others are coming to that opinion too. This is an app that totally divides popular opinion. Those who get it, love it. But those who don't, hate it with a vengeance. Facebook is awash with annoyed responses to the juvenile-looking comic strips, with some threatening to unfriend those who use the app, and others taking to the app themselves to express their frustration at its overuse.
Bitstrips may well be an internet star that has crashed and burned before its time.
I'm Sam Edkins. I'm a furniture designer, maker, artist, all round. And we're in Deptford, South East London. I'm from Warwickshire originally. I'm 24. I studied art for quite a while and then went to Goldsmiths, and I guess I've kind of ended up doing this after part of my degree show was a pair of chairs, and there was a lot of interest in them, so then it just carried on and I've just continued from there really. I had done night courses in the upholstery side, in the making side, so that was something I was already doing. So they kind of fused together and it just went from there. Yeah, this one is just being stripped back at the moment, and then it will be fully reupholstered, and it will probably be covered with a bug print, either ants or beetles. They're all from auctions, junk markets and stuff like that really. Most of the illustrations are taken from old 18th, 19th century medical journals, natural history journals, and then edited, resized and put together to kind of fit the pieces. I'm just doing little bits and pieces. I've had them in a few shops and stuff and then exhibitions, and I worked with the Prince's Trust recently and had some pieces in their new Tomorrow store that's just opened. They sell from £5.95 upwards, so they're kind of a decent amount, but they're quite expensive in the process. There's a lot of, obviously it's traditional craft, so there's a lot of invisible hours that go into it. You can either buy them kind of directly through my website at samedkins.co.uk, or I sell for a company called Cavalier of Finn, and they're like an online gallery, homespun gallery, and they do kind of shows and stuff.
Margate, a well-known favourite of the Bucket and Spade Brigade.
A thriving centre of arts and culture? You might not think so, but you'd be very wrong.
Margate is undergoing something of a revival. Yes, you heard correctly, a revival. Like several other seaside towns, Margate might seem to have lost its sparkle, becoming synonymous as the resort of Del Boy and Rodney and Chaz and Dave. But this is a town that's turning its fortunes around, and its thriving art and culture scene are at the heart of this town's revival. And there really is something for everyone. From the new Turner Contemporary.
Turner Contemporary opened in April 2011, and the town needed to find a new future, and culture was the answer.
Via a heritage theme park to an installation of a sliding house.
It felt risky. There wasn't an artwork of that scale or nature or public artwork of that kind in that area.
Margate is certainly on the path to styling itself as a hotspot for creativity and regeneration.
There was some interesting things happening in the old town. There was obviously a lot of small creative businesses starting up, from vintage shops to small cafes to artists and designers and upcyclers and young architects starting to base themselves in this cool buildings in obviously cost-effective property, and it felt there was some kind of vibe going on.
Artists who are starting out and establishing themselves are flocking to the area.
There are opportunities here, you know, big empty spaces like this are a huge opportunity. Derelict buildings, cheap housing in what's considered to be a rundown seaside town are actually wonderful opportunities for people to come together and do something which they couldn't do anywhere else.
But there's a strong belief in Margate that whilst the work of established artists can do great things for the town, supporting the development of arts at grassroots level is equally important.
We work with local schools and colleges, we work with young people, older people. What we try to do is bring people together who might not have a chance to get together otherwise.
What we're trying to do is invest in the cultural infrastructure across the board. So we're also investing in workspace for artists, exhibition space, performance space.
If there's one thing to be said about Margate, it's that it's a town with a plan. So next time you think of Margate, prepare to think differently.
I'm a maths graduate. I went to India to study philosophy, and I love chocolate, and I always wanted to do something with it, and I couldn't keep science out of it. So what we do is we make chocolate with water instead of cream and butter. And what that means is all you taste is chocolate, half the calories, and you just get something that's actually good for you.
So is there less sugar in there as well?
It's the same amount of sugar as normal chocolate. It's more of the fat we're taking out, because the fat really prevents you from tasting the chocolate.
Okay.
Because chocolate's actually a fruit, and I brought this along. It's a cocoa pod.
Ooh.
People are so guilty eating chocolate, but it comes from a tree. It's a fruit. It should be part of your 5 a day. And we're trying to make experimental chocolates that are actually good for you and give you that hit.
Right.
For you.
And these are really unique flavour combinations.
That's right, yeah. So what I do is I look at a flavour's chemical composition.
So that's how you find out
That's
if they're
right.
going to go with each other.
Exactly, massively inspired by the likes of Heston and lots of other French chemists. So, for example, we know tomatoes and haricot beans and white chocolate work together. So we can make, so we can make like a baked bean flavoured chocolate, and on a molecular chemical level, it works. So it's just about our palate and our brain saying, hang on a minute, I need to start to understand this now. It does actually work. My body accepts it.
Wow. Talk us through some other weird combinations.
Do you want to try
that
some?
you've got.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so
Go on, you go.
Yeah,
you
well,
guys
you
pick
go
one
first,
out
yeah, you
and
go
then see if
first.
you can figure out what it is. That one is a...
So I've got to guess now
yeah, see
what
if you
this
can-
is.
I'll give you a clue. It's a festive... It's of the flavour of a festive treat.
Christmas tree.
You say that, but we did make a Christmas tree flavoured one.
No
so have a
way.
taste of it.
Okay.
What do you think it is? Mint spice?
It's just nice.
Yeah?
Right.
That's the baked bean one. So you've got basically
A tin of Heinz
tomato
beans.
puree. Yeah, exactly. We use the best. So tomato puree, haricot
That's
beans.
actually really nice.
Well, the thing is, it does work. We know the science. We know exactly what's going to happen behind it. So we can pretty much create any flavour on the planet.
When I was a child, life was binary. Friendships were won and love playground games for territory. I would clench my teeth, absorbed in red mist. At the sign of injustice, I would raise my fist. Young vigilante, young vigilante. Young vigilante. When I was a child, life was binary. Friendships were won and lost playground games for territory. Now I am a man, life seems so complex. At the sign of injustice, I would talk on by. Young vigilante, young vigilante. Young vigilante.
is going on?
Well, I had this idea to make clothes out of roadkill, things that die of natural causes, things we eat, anything that society thinks of as rubbish, really, to take and to give it another life. And that's what I've done, and it's become roadkill couture.
Like pigeons?
Pigeons. In the city, you see a lot of birds. They lie around dead on the floor because they've eaten human food. They've got botulism, fallen off their perch and just lie there dead.
Touch it?
Yeah, go ahead. And that's so pretty, look at that. I mean, and each pigeon has a different pattern. You see there's its wings. Each one has a different pattern. You can easily make that into something beautiful. This jacket is made out of rats, yeah, that you get from the pet shop to feed giant snakes. You know, you get rabbits, rats, gerbils. And I've got a friend who has lizards, and the lizards don't mind if they eat them without the skins on. So,
So the lizards eat rats from the pet shop?
Yeah.
Do they
I
come-
skin them first.
They're not alive when...
No, that's the service that the pet shop does. They're pet food, basically. So they come, if you buy them online, they come frozen. Like, literally like a bag of, you know, yeah.
Bag of chicken fillets?
Yeah, sort of, yeah. This necklace is made up out of pheasants, and I got all of these at the butcher. It's just an alternative to eating chicken. Pheasant wings are beautiful. I use them all the time. And this necklace is made out of the skulls of birds that we've eaten.
I love the little diamonds in them.
Yeah, thank you, lovely.
Very pretty. And this is...
This is one of my sculptural pieces where I've actually created a mannequin to keep your roadkill on. This is what I'm doing these days. And you can, this is a piece, a wearable piece. You know, you can, this works really well if you're bald. So that's quite good. And then you can wear this piece as well. That comes off and that comes off. And when you're not wearing it, you've got a sculpture that just looks nice in your house.
So you've actually completed this hairband?
I have, darling. I have. It's all ready for you.
Can I try it out?
Yes, you may. Let me just put your hair to one side a bit. Okay, here we go. Straight on?
Yeah.
Is that comfy?
Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Has any celebrities wore your stuff?
Yeah, a few. I've had Kate Moss and a few other people in
Kate
my
Moss?
stuff. Yeah.
So me and Kate Moss have now got a lot in common.
We all love a bucket of cola when we go to the cinema. The catch? It leaves us busting for a wee. The solution? Run P. Run P's tagline, because movie theatres don't have pause buttons, perfectly sums up why this app is a brilliant idea. Run P tells you the best time that you can run and pee during a movie. It gives you a specific time that you can make a dash for it and how long you can leave for by telling you a line from the movie, or you can set your phone to vibrate. It also provides you with a synopsis of the bit that you've missed and if there are any extra scenes after the credits. The concept for Run P was born in 2005 after the release of the 3-hour-long remake of King Kong by self-appointed Chief P Officer Dan Florio. Along with his mother, wife, sister and niece and a film critic, this family inform us of crucial pee breaks in popular cinema. Choosing which is the best part of a movie to miss is such a difficult task because it's so subjective. No part of a movie is really worth missing. But Run P is a great app and I'm definitely going to be using it next time I go to the cinema.
And cut.
Great. Are we done? Is that it for the day?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, really great, thank you. I'm dying for a wee.
So today I'm presenting this Makey Makey, which helps you create a circuit with anything which is conductive. It could be a fruit. You just take a cable, you plug it in. If you want to try the orange.
What, me?
Yes. Don't worry. Just got electrocuted once. Okay. And then by touching one end of the circuit and the other, you can make a sound. If you want to try it. Okay. You can have anything as simple as a piano, or you can just design something a bit more, like an electric guitar.
So you have more than like one
Oh
sound?
yes, you can do whatever sound you like.
And it's pretty easy to use.
Yes, the Makey Makey is basically an extension of the keyboard. So imagine playing a piano, like C, D, E, F, and all these crazy cables here give you C, D, E, F. Once you have that, you can design. The design possibilities are endless.
Can you play us a tune?
From here, yeah, okay, why not?
Wow.
Hello and welcome to my new hometown, Brighton. Brighton is known for its pier, for its vibrant creative scene, and for being Britain's gay capital. Interesting fact about Brighton 1. According to the 2001 census, the majority of British Jedis live right here in Brighton. I've lived here for 4 months now, and today I'm going to show you what Brighton has to offer, such as kick-ass coffee and life-changing cake. The Marwood is a great little cafe, with knowledgeable baristas, impressive cakes, and events such as Stitch and Bitch evenings for crafty Brightonians. And, at the weekends, it stays open until 11 p.m. Interesting fact about Brighton 2. The first ever Blue movie was shot in a Hove Garden in 1896 by Esme Collins. It was advertised as being for gentlemen smoking audiences only. Interesting fact about Brighton 3. In 2010, 3 pygmy goats belonging to ex-Bond girl and Brightonian Alexandra Bastedo took a 2-day-long trip after scoffing a load of magic mushrooms growing on her animal sanctuary. That's it from us. Thanks for watching Screaming Goat.
Feel the handprints on my skin. It's not like before. It's not the same old set of bones. You locked in the door. Tear it up with hands so pure. You in the past, there is no more. Tear it up with hands so pure. You in the past, there is no more. I see a vision. We are how we were. We are how we were. I see a vision. We are how we were. We are how we were. You see through my thoughts so clear, so started in life. It's just like my spider web. You see everything it dies and tear it up.